sponsors, or affiliates.
Good morning. Welcome to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. I'm your host, Harvey Freed. This morning, we have our whole panel. Alex Nafusi, Harry Glanz with Capital.
Hey, buddy. Good morning.
And good morning to you. And Dan Dubinsky, Skyward Realty, downtown Royal Oak. Hey, Dan.
Good morning.
It's happening June 7, 2014. Harry, I can get the date straight finally. I'm
My
really
man,
on a
that's
roll
2
now.
weeks in a row. You're doing great today, Harv, so far.
Let's start.
I like it.
Thank you, guys. Let's start off this morning by definitely saying the purchase market is hot. Of course, we're bringing Dan Dubinsky to talk all about it. Still mortgage interest rates at 40, 50 years low. You tell me what they are. The sun is shining. Homes are selling. There's massive amounts of competition on these great houses. We've got tons to share with you. Come and join the show. 248-539-9797. We're taking all your calls.
Yeah, you know, Harv, we've been doing the show for now 14 years, going on our 15th coming up in the fall, but 14 years, and you know, the mood, the climate out there, the sales, Dan and I were talking about. I said, Dan, and Dan will give us an update on what's going on. The market is a very, very hot market now. And, you know, sometimes all you read, Harvey, is, you know, the American dream is impossible to achieve in this country. And, you know, we talk about it, you know, the American dream of home ownership. You know, I think people just have to reevaluate. You know, we went through a tough time. We're coming out of it. And, you know, once you go into a tough time, it takes a long time to go ahead and get back to the levels where they were before, especially in our area. You know, we are in a hardcore industrial area, and we're the first ones to go in, as we talk about, the last ones to come out. But I can't remember a time in 14 years of doing the show and 25 years of being in this business that things they look brighter to me. They look absolutely brighter. You can feel it. You can feel the vibe out on the street. So I said to Dan today, I said, hey, Dan, so tell me, it's still happening out there, right?
Yeah, it definitely is happening, you know. And the difference between now and, say, 8 years ago, people used to come in and ask, you know, all right, I want to buy this house, and looking at it as an investment and trying to find out are they going to make money, how much can they make down the line. And now it's people, hey, investment's investment. Worry about that. Buy a home and live there and enjoy your life. It's a you know,
a quality of life issue, and we talk about that all the time. It used to be, you know, in previous generations, people would say, well, how much am I going to make on my house? Because every year they would wake up thinking, every year two things would happen in this country. You know, January 1st, everybody says, oh, I'm entitled to a pay raise because the clock ticked. It's another year. And property values went up, right? Well, we know that those things aren't guaranteed. That doesn't happen. So how about this? How about live your life, do the right things, don't make the same mistakes that people made before you. Learn from the generations before you, and just enjoy it.
Well, let's look at 2008-9. Things went way down, right? Some people freaked out, said they're getting rid of their home. If they would have hung on to their home, we're getting close to where we were back.
That's right.
Now,
right? I cannot.
Long-term plan.
Well, Alex talks about that all the time. That's one of his whole key hot buttons right there.
Well, I just think that if you grind through it like you do anything else, like any business has ups and downs, and just like the real estate market, the stock market, if you grind through it and hang in there, I mean, you'd be sitting so pretty right. How about all those people that walked from the Skylofts in Royal Oak? I mean, you were picking Skylofts up for $150,000. I mean, and people bought them for $250,000. They're back up worth $350,000. So not only did you walk from a house 3 or 4 years ago and probably get a deficiency judgment against you and get your wages garnished, you could have made $100,000 by just grinding through it and making your payments on time, like you signed the note you were going to.
Yeah, that's why we don't talk about buying a home as an investment anymore. Buy a home for a home and do the investments, like we said, something different. And we're finding that people are, you know, if you can't, since there's so much competition right now, if someone really wants a home, you might have to pay a little bit more for it,
right?
But it's quality of life. Okay, you got it, but you're going to be there for 5-10 years. When people come in, I ask them, first thing we ask them is, how long are you planning on living in this house? That's the most important question. Right?
And that's what we ask them when they're about to get a mortgage. Right? What is this, your first house, your second house? Are you trading up? How long do you plan on being there? Because then we tailor-make that mortgage for them.
Exactly.
We put them in a position to succeed so they can make their payment, so they can live that quality of life without having to worry about what the payment is.
Yeah, you don't have to get in trouble on a house. It's 9:06 this morning. We are brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding at 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage bank. I know Ronnie Jacobs and the whole crew's there this morning to take your phone call and get that approval letter. Again, 1-800-569-7283. We always take your calls here live in the studio. 248-539-9797. I like the vibe this morning. We are sort of squashing that nonsense about not living the American dream and such. Look, historically speaking, home ownership is considered an essential part of achieving something cool. Yeah.
And here's the thing, and you know, what's the American dream? I mean, you know, one of the other things that, you know, that we take these calls all the time is sometimes we take people call in or, you know, clients and listen, I've got everybody's back. I want you to be successful. I want to help you out. But sometimes people call in or, you know, they call the office and they have this undeserved sense of self-worth where, you know, if you're making 60 grand, you don't get to buy a house for $500,000. That's not the American dream. That's not a good thing. Laying in bed at night at 3 o'clock in the morning, worrying about your next paycheck. Stacey and I have been looking at houses for years, and I am a low-key guy. I am not going to...
Worst client ever.
I know.
Hey, is he turning into a client on you? Great.
Oh, wait.
Boy.
Here.
Tire kicker if I've ever seen one.
No,
Lord.
I'm telling you, man, I go from super smart mortgage guy to typical consumer when I walk through a house.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alex has looked at 1,000 houses.
He still shows me this home, and there probably has like
here we go.
eight different rooms, different spots, radiator heat here, gas forced here.
Is this the one on Mount Vernon?
Yeah, I love it. Absolutely love it. Like, do not buy that home. Whatever you do,
hang
do
on.
not buy
This
that
is when you go back to working with professionals. You're my best buddy. I mean,
Yeah.
one of my best friends. No worries at all. Stacey and I loved this house. I mean, I forgot how much it was. We were going to pull the trigger and make an offer. Dan's like, dude, you can't buy this house.
It's got a lot of stuff going on in
He
it,
goes,
doesn't
listen,
it?
man. He goes, I don't tell you about mortgages. He goes, this house is pieced together. It's got a radiator here and an air conditioner over here and baseboard heat here. He goes, I'm telling you, because you will lose your
money
ass
pit.
on this house if you buy it.
I thought he was trying to hide from his wife. He got so many rooms in that house.
Nice.
But I think that's good though. Like
Yeah.
I need somebody. I don't know. I mean,
Well, what happened?
I need
I think that
someone.
home came down $50,000 from there,
There you
and
go.
know everything's worth something at some point. Came down $50,000, then sold, then came back in the market because the inspection didn't go well.
Of course.
Well, I think that's very good advice. Listen, we are in a segment of the real estate industry. We are lenders. We're mortgage guys. We see a lot of properties. But you are on the streets every day in terms of buying and selling houses.
Sure.
So that's not what we do every single day. We know a little bit about it, probably too much to be
Yeah,
dangerous,
that's not what
right?
I do, though.
I mean, I'm licensed.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
but you know all the neighborhoods, you know all the houses, you know what's going on in those houses, and that just goes to show everybody that everybody needs advice. Stick with your area of expertise.
Well, we talked
all right?
about this off there, where I said, you know, when I opened Skyward, they said, well, you should open a title company and a mortgage company and all that. I said, listen, I'm going to focus on real estate, and I'm going to find a good mortgage person, a great title company, and we're going to work with each other.
great team.
And you know what happens is there's synergy. You send us business, we send you business, and we know that we're all being covered, and it's professionals.
And you don't have to worry about
I
being
believe
fined by
that.
the CFPB also, because there's been a lot of crazy things going out there in these relationships between all of these entities. Sometimes is a little hairy. Again, look, home ownership encourages personal responsibility. How about the tax advantage of them? Many of the folks out there and the younger buyers don't even understand those. Talk to your CPA, your tax professional about that, your accountant. Find out what the advantages are of writing off the interest on a mortgage and, of course, the property taxes. A lot of things you can do besides the fact that it builds strong neighborhoods and communities, and your kids live in a neighborhood. And forget about the fact, also, Alex, you can put a garden in the backyard and your horseshoe pit. Did you ever build one, by the way?
Not in this house, no.
Okay, but again,
Stacey
you
has a
can-
garden though.
Oh, you got a garden out there and everything. Again, just so many great reasons why home ownership is still part of whatever you want to call it out there. It's part of being financially responsible, having a roof over your head. You need the shelter, and more importantly, a style or a way of life that you're going to go ahead and pick for yourself. You choose the colors of the house. And again, is it expensive to own a house? Well, you got to have a financial plan, and that's what we do here. 248-539-9797. We'll talk all this morning about getting you set up to be successful of home ownership and getting the right mortgage to fit your needs.
You know, the other day we had a young couple come in, and I saw them. One of my agents worked with them, and we saw them come in a week prior. Just yesterday, we saw them come in, huge smile on their on their face. Found a beautiful home. Passed, went through the inspection, and they're extremely excited. They're talking about doing those things, Harvey. They're talking about building a garden and all that sense of pride of an ownership. And I guarantee they're going to make the home nicer. They're going to be part of a community, and that's what
that's
it's
right.
all about. And you know what? The transaction was seamless because they used a professional mortgage company, a professional real estate guy, and they enjoyed the whole process. And that's what we're here for, is to make it an enjoyable situation for them.
It's great.
Home ownership is so great that even the folks that had trouble and did what Alex doesn't want you to do, walk away, they're even trying to get back
They
to
gotta
become
get back
homeowners
in.
again. They know that renting's not the way to go. Hey, when we come back, all your calls, 248-539-9797.
Spring is finally here, and Ball Equipment of Richmond is once again proud to be Eastern Michigan's outdoor power equipment superstore. From trimmers to blowers, from ATVs to zero turns, simply put, we are Dad's ultimate toy store. Chris Ball here, personally inviting you to stop by and visit our brand new 30,000 square foot facility located between Gratiot and 32 Mile in downtown Richmond. Shop our huge inventory of Husqvarna, Gravely, Red Max, Ariens, and Cub Cadet outdoor power equipment, and the legendary lineup of Polaris ATVs and side-by-sides, all backed by Ball Equipment's 70 years in the business. For 7 decades and 4 generations, my family continues to believe that while price is important, it's the service after the sale that really counts. So if it's time this year to purchase a new piece of equipment for your home or garden, let the big box stores sell you a ladder. We will sell you a lawnmower. That's Ball Equipment, located between Gratiot and 32 Mile in downtown Richmond. Ball Equipment, Eastern Michigan's outdoor power equipment superstore since 1944.
Isn't it interesting how everyone claims to be number one? Well, we actually are number one, and I can and will back up my stats. Hi, I'm Realtor Jeff Glover. In 2013, I sold more homes in the entire state of Michigan than any other agent. And by hiring the number one real estate team in Michigan, you'll be utilizing the number one marketing budget in the state to market your home, and that gets results. But don't just take it from me.
I'm Chuck Howard, and my wife and I use Jeff to sell a home in Royal Oak and buy one in Rochester Hills. Jeff takes the home selling and buying process to the next level. He knows the industry inside and out better than the other realtors I've met. He's methodical, organized, and strategic. He knows how to get it done.
Call Jeff Glover today at 855-JEFF-SELLS. Whether your home is in Novi, Shelby Township, Brighton, Birmingham, Clarkston, or Ann Arbor, Jeff Glover will get it sold. Call Jeff at 855-JEFF-SELLS or online at 855jeffsells.com. Realtor Jeff Glover. A household name. Jeff Glover is affiliated with Keller Williams Realty.
Imagine a world where pocket protectors are considered cool.
Talk about your chick magnets.
Where women admire brains over brawn.
That's the most romantic thing anyone's ever said to me that I didn't understand.
Where the Big Bang Theory is on 5 nights a week.
Bazinga!
And that's pretty damn cool. The Big Bang Theory, 5 nights a week.
Watch weeknights at 7 and 10 on CW50.
Hi, Harry Glantz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, so what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. Look, if you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Capital Mortgage Funding is a proud division of United Shore Financial Services and MLS number 3038, Equal Housing Lender. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE.
I like my breakfast like I like my rock. Soft. So I eat Belvita Soft Baked Breakfast Biscuits, a tasty breakfast option for nutritious morning energy. It's just what I want before writing a flute solo that will softly rock every dentist's office around. Try Belvita Soft Baked in oats and chocolate, cinnamon, mixed berry, and banana bread. Belvita, mourn and win.
24 Seconds Bar and Grill in Berkeley's the place to be for everything sports. Jump on the shuttle to Detroit baseball games this Friday and Saturday. 24 Seconds, where every seat's a good seat, with bottles of blue and blue light just $2.50 during all Detroit baseball games. 24 Seconds in Berkeley. 24secondsbar.com.
Listen to 97.1 The Ticket on your smartphone by downloading the radio.com app now at the iTunes and Google Play stores.
Welcome back to the show. Till 10 o'clock, you've got it tuned to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Give us a call, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. And we always take your emails at mortgage.show@lowrateonline.com. And, of course, live in the studio, 248-539-9797. Talking this morning, getting everyone excited about June is National Homeownership Month. And, again, there's so many great reasons to become a homeowner. We're going to take some calls this morning, get things going. We got Brian out there in Livonia. Welcome to the show, Brian.
Hey, how you guys doing today?
Good morning, Brian.
I've got a quick question. I'm looking to become a first-time home buyer. I'm trying to figure out the ins and outs of how to go about that towards, like, credit financials, like trying to have the right credit score, the right amount of money down to purchase a home.
Okay, so you're really in the beginning steps of buying a house, correct?
Correct.
Do you have a price range in mind you want to stick with? Or a payment?
I want to stay right around like maybe 130 to 150,000.
So 130 to 150. It says you're calling from Livonia. You're looking to buy in Livonia?
Yes.
And how much you want to put down on the house?
That's the thing. Like, I can put down a good amount of money down on the house. Because of what I'm going to do is I'm going through workman's comp, and I'm going to get a settlement, and I'm just going to use that to put down on a house.
Okay.
So, and that's what I want to know is, like, what should I have to put down
Brian,
to alleviate the difference between my credit scores?
What are your credit scores?
Not good right now because of medical bills, but yeah.
Well, what are they?
The last time I looked, right around like 540.
Yeah, you're not getting a mortgage at a 540 credit score. So the first thing we got to do, Brian, is I got to run your credit when I get back to the office, and we got to start paying these medical bills off. We have to establish a payment history for you that's going to bring those scores up. 540 is 100 points below where you need to get a mortgage.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, so, I mean, it's going to be a stepping process, but, I mean, if it takes us 90 days or, 120 days to get you back on track, so you buy a house in December, big deal. But, I mean, we need to get the ball rolling now to establish, a good payment history and get you to, be a good buyer.
Okay.
So let me
that's what I wanted to find out is, like, what steps would I have to go about doing that?
I'm with you, man. Let me call after the show. I'll run your credit.
Okay.
And we have this great software at our office where I run your credit report through this system, and it tells me what you have to pay off or pay down on your credit report and the impact it'll have on your credit scores.
Oh, perfect.
So we'll know exactly what to pay off or pay down and what your scores will go to. I also think maybe we get you a secured credit card, maybe for $500, charge gas twice a month, pay it off, and then it'll establish a good payment history.
Thanks for the call, Brian.
Perfect.
You got it. I'll call you in a little bit, Brian.
All right, thank you for the call. Again, 248-539-9797 during National Home Ownership Month. They encourage all Americans to learn more about the financial management, explore home ownership opportunities. Again, a lot of young people out there maybe heard some bad things from even their parents, for that matter, or older relatives that did buy a house. Maybe they bought it wrong. Well, they were in the frenzy of overpaying, perhaps, in 2005.
60 years old.
Harv, it's about setting the right expectations, and Brian sounds like he's doing the right thing, and you have to set yourself up for success, and you have to have a plan. So during the break, Dan Dubinsky and I, with you and Alex, were talking about, what are the expectations people have? If you're hanging out with a group of people that are, just overspending, doing crazy things, and, you can't be that person, that family that's going to try to keep up with that. What we've learned from previous generations is everything is good in moderation. Right, so you want to take care of your family. You want to have money in the bank. You want to have saved. You want to do all the right things.
I'm writing that down. Everything's good in moderation.
Everything's good in moderation. Write it down, bro.
I don't even know what that word means.
Yeah, everything's good in moderation. So if you set yourself up with a team of experts, a team of people that have your best interest at heart, you're going to follow a step-by-step plan, and you're going to be successful. I believe it's just that easy.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, and that's why, like I said before, this process should be a fun process for buyers going out there, finding their home. And, there's a lot of stuff that I hear. That's why you have an agent, to buffer the stuff. You don't hear everything that happens in the backgrounds. We try to just give you the facts and put them in front of you and give you information, and you can make an educated decision from there. But again, it shouldn't be a fun process, not something that's a difficult situation where you find a lot of buyers come to us and say, "Listen, I worked with someone else, and it was absolutely horrible. Yeah, they didn't know what they were doing, and we lost 5 houses." And again, you have to get good, sound advice.
Well, the process is a cumbersome process. It can be a little bit difficult, but you have to have somebody there to hold your hand and navigate you through the process. After all, you are buying, it's the biggest transaction of your life, and the mortgage you're getting is the largest bill you're going to have to pay.
Right. I don't know why.
So it can be a little bit cumbersome.
I don't know why some people think that buying or selling real estate, they can just do themselves. I don't know why it has like that connotation where I can do this. It's like I would never try to change my oil in my car. I don't know. It's probably a bad analogy, but
you're not that guy either.
I don't know how to do, man.
When I was doing a house, I bought a home a long time ago, flipped, and I remember being underneath the house and working with a buddy, thinking, "Wow, I could pay a guy $15 an hour to do this. I could be making a lot more selling real estate. Why am I not doing what I know and let these guys do what they do?"
Great point. 248-539-9797. Gentlemen, great segue into refinancing. Of course, many clients have taken advantage of refinancing over the last 5 or 6 years. Some of our clients have actually done it 2 and 3 times. times because their interest rates are so low that they get accustomed to paying maybe with that new 15-year mortgages. A lot of times we see clients, it's $150, $250 more a month. You get accustomed to paying that. Now you're paying extra towards principal. And what has happened is that they're achieving greater equity positions in their house. So great opportunities out there to refinance with the mortgage rates at all-time lows. Be sure to call Capital Mortgage or join us here on the station, 248-539-9797. We've got some calls to get to. Let's try Robert out there in New Boston. Good morning, Robert. You're live on the ticket.
Gentlemen, how you doing?
Hey, Robert, what's happening?
Not too much. I'm in the middle of trying to refi my house through Shore Mortgage. I have a family member who works for Shore Mortgage. I had an appraisal done. My wife bought the house from her ex. It was like appraised for like $175 back in 2009. We just had an appraisal done a couple weeks ago, and we're trying to see what our recourse is. This girl come back with $125,000 on my house.
What do you think it's worth?
I'm thinking it's too. And when the market was way up, it was up at like 288.
All right, so let's back up a second. Whatever it was worth when the market was way up is completely irrelevant to what it's worth now. So what are houses in your neighborhood, it says you're calling from New Boston, what are houses like yours selling for currently this month?
I just had one list, 4 houses down the street for $175,000.
It listed or it's sold?
It just listed.
Okay, again, moot point, doesn't matter. I need what we can do it's called an appraisal rebuttal. So if you and your wife have comparable sales around you guys that have sold, and appraisers make mistakes too. I mean, everyone makes mistakes. It's no big deal. I mean, there's nothing, your appraisal is not written in stone. We can always change it. But I have to be able to go back to this appraiser and rebut the appraisal with comparable sales like yours that have sold in the last 90 days. So your first step is to contact a realtor, look online, see if we've got sales around you that have sold. I can go back and say, hey, Mr. Appraiser, you dropped the ball on this one. You missed this house. Please put this one in there.
Okay, I know they've come back and rebutted on it, and then what it is I got 4 bedrooms. One bedroom's somewhat, it's not completely finished. So
it's not a bedroom then.
Count that square footage.
Right, so it's not a bedroom then.
Why is it not considered a bedroom if it's got the walls and everything?
Well, what's not finished about it then?
It just needs carpeting, and I have a master bathroom that just needs all the utensils in there.
So there's a bathroom with it's like under construction.
Yes,
yeah,
that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to refi so we can redo that bedroom.
I'm with you. Okay, so it makes more sense now. Let me call after the show. We should have done the mortgage prior to starting the construction because now we're going to have what's called a subject to appraisal, which means it's subject to the bedroom being finished, the bathroom being finished. So I'm guessing that once that bedroom's finished and the bathroom's finished, you'll get the value that you want.
Yeah, it might be another program for him too, Alex.
Yep, I'm with you. Robert, give me like a half an hour. I'll call you for the show, sir.
Okay,
cool. Thanks, man.
Thank you for the call. Great point, Harry. Awesome point.
I love how the stories like.
Yeah, it changes.
There might be a different program, right, Harvey? We might be able to take a look at him, do a 203K loan for him.
There's 203K refinancing available too. There's a lot of different things he might have been able to do. But one thing you don't want to do as a consumer is have an appraiser come to your house when it's under construction. Right. That's a no-no in our industry. Again, share this type of information with your mortgage professional and be sure to call us here on the show, 248-539-9797. Got some good calls here on the line. I want to go to Bob out there in Roseville. Good morning, Bob. You're talking about a refinance. Go ahead, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
Morning, Bob.
Like I was telling your screener, I've been in the house about 14 years now. I was in Roseville. I bought it at a high price, and I've tried refinancing through my mortgage company. They gave me a closing date, and then all of a sudden they pulled the pin saying, you didn't work enough because I'm a union electrician, and I'm laid off for quite periods of time. I've never missed a payment. And I was wondering if there's a program for people that don't work steady, even though they have
Bob,
a job.
Are you laid off currently or no?
I currently am laid off, yes.
So if you're currently laid off, that's the issue right there. As long as you're working and I can establish a 2-year history. So, for example, if you let's just say someone if they're laid off all winter, I don't know, they do something construction wise. As long as I have a 2-year history, I can take that average income and qualify you based on that. But if you're currently laid off, that's the problem. When are you supposed to go back to work?
I'm sitting about 300 people back right now, so it'll probably be a couple months.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead.
Yeah, no, let's take a look at that once he's back to work. And I'm sure that that your history is that, you work X amount, you're off X amount. You work X amount, you're off X amount.
Yeah.
And we're going to take a look at the tax documents. We'll take a look at paycheck stubs. We'll take a look at your work history, and we'll factor that in. But you have to be back to work so we can do that.
Thanks for the call, Bob. We'll definitely follow up with you again.
Thanks,
if you're currently out of work, if you're a seasonal employee, be sure to call the experts. Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. When we come back, all your calls.
Assistant to the head assistant manager of managers, lead strategist and offensive coordinator, regional managing, senior supervising, administrative directing partner of sales and marketing of the West South Central region.
Want a real business title? Go where you can learn all about real business. Walsh College. Walsh offers undergraduate and graduate business programs in accounting, management, finance, business IT, and more, along with certificate programs, all taught by successful business leaders. Classes in Troy, Novi, Clinton Township, Port Huron, and online.
Exceptionally long-range visionary officer, head of water cooler and paper cup replenishment.
Start working toward a real title. Walsh College. Live, breathe, business.
Move up in the world with a degree from Walsh College, one of the Midwest's most respected all-business colleges. Summer classes begin June 27th. More at walshcollege.edu.
Do you love lobster? I mean, really love lobster. Jeff Moore here for Ashley's, and Father's Day always means it's time for Ashley's All-You-Can-Eat Lobster Fest. We fly our lobsters in from Boston every day. I personally pick them up at the airport and drop them off at our restaurants in Ann Arbor and Westland just before dinner. Our guests agree. They are the freshest lobster you can get. Sweet, succulent, whole lobsters, and all you can eat. Ashley's Lobster Fest only happens once a year for just 3 days, Thursday through Saturday, Father's Day weekend. That's June 12th to 14th, so hurry up and make your reservations. Did I mention it was all you can eat? For more details, visit ashleys.com.
Spring is here. It's time to get on a Victory motorcycle and ride. We've got rebates up to $1,000, a 2-year ESC, and the right financing to get you on the road. Victory Motorcycles. Ride one, and you'll own one.
Now, see the 2014 Victory Motorcycles at Motor City Motorcycles, 1765 Telegraph Road, Bloomfield Hills. Start riding a Victory today.
Offers valid in the U.S. and Canada, subject to credit approval and valid on new 2011 to 2014 models. Good through 4/30/14. See dealer for details. Always wear a helmet and take a training course. Never ride under the influence of drugs or alcohol.
Start your engine! Why would rivals Ryan Hunter-Ray, Elio Castroneves, Marco Andretti, or Will Power risk everything? Each is driven to be the one to win the heart of racing. IndyCar. The heart of racing. The Verizon IndyCar Series. Thank you, Detroit, for a great race weekend. Follow the rivalry Saturday, June 7th at 8 p.m. on the NBC Sports Network. Coming in this time.
She didn't have any signs. She didn't have any symptoms.
But to be sure that it was safe for her daughter, Rachel, to play sports, Lisa took her to a 97-1 The Ticket student heart check screening.
They knew something wasn't right, and they sent her for further testing, and they took her off sports right away. Rachel has hypertrophic cardiomyopathy. She has been very mature about it. She's been able to substitute some of those activities for other things.
Find out more at 971theticket.com.
Make it a priority. You'll have peace of mind if there's nothing wrong, and if there is something wrong, you'll catch it early, and you'll be able to do something about it and protect your child.
ACE for coming in for help is like going to your neighbor. A neighbor who knows you personally, greets you at the door, and makes sure you get help. A neighbor with the know-how and brands you can trust, including Craftsman, Scotts, Weber, and Valspar. So come on over to your neighborhood ACE, the helpful place.
There are big dreams.
I dreamed I was flying.
Then there's Powerball.
In my own private jumbo jet.
Dream even bigger.
Saturday's Powerball jackpot is $221 million. Get your ticket today.
Sports news all day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Brought to you by Meyer. Tigers 6-2 over the Red Sox. 3 solo homers. Ian Kinsler, Torrey Hunter, and Victor Martinez. Drew Smyly gets the win. He goes to 3-4, allowing 2 runs over 6 innings. 6-2 Max Scherzer in the pound tonight. Again, 6-6 John Lester. 650 right here on The Ticket. Stanley Cup Finals in L.A. Once again, Kings took Game 1 over the New York Rangers. Houston Texans signed number 1 overall draft pick Jadeveon Clowney. The bid for the Triple Crown is up tonight. California Chrome favored to be the first winner, as since the firm did it in 1978 of taking the Belmont Kentucky Derby and the Preakness. From the 1-800-CALL-SAM studios, I'm Jeff Lesson. For more, 971theticket.com.
Talking sports, loud and clear, 24/7, 97.1.
Alrighty, welcome back to the Hardcore Mortgage Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding, a 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Be sure to give us a call at the office. You can get that approval letter in your hand real quickly. Call our experts, 1-800-569-7283. Of course, always join us here on the show at 248-539-9797. As we all know out there, the equity position in your house is moving in the right direction. That's right. That housing crisis that all started back in 2007, maybe 2008, has really taken its toll. But most of the families out there, or at least we're seeing signs, CoreLogic did a most recent survey, 300,000 more homes moved to the positive equity sign. So again, things across the country, and more importantly here in Southeast Michigan, moving in the right direction. We're starting to get that equity position. So if you try to refinance recently, maybe you want to get back in there and see if you can get it done now.
Yeah, there's a stat about Southeastern Michigan. In Southeastern Michigan, since the highs in 2006 range, right. We're at about 90% right now, 90% of the value back. Yeah. And there are certain pockets, Dan, as you know, that are extremely, extremely hot. Mm-hmm. And there's some that are going to take a bit longer to come back. Low. If they come back, there's no guarantee that values are going to come back.
There are some areas that aren't coming back.
Yeah, there will be some areas, but, by and large, the majority are about in the range of 90% value back.
All right, we're going to continue some calls this morning. We've got Sam out there calling in Garden City. Welcome to the show, Sam. Go ahead.
Hey, good morning, fellas.
Good morning, Sam.
I was just, I'm going to be a first-time home buyer, looking to get pre-approved. Just wanted to know how long does that approval letter last, in case I don't find something that I like right away.
Sam, the standard is 90 days. We can update it, though, as you make offers. And just a little bit of clarification. What I do for you guys is I do what's called a mortgage commitment. A pre-approval is not worth the paper it's printed on. A mortgage commitment means that I verified your funds to close. I verified your income. I've run your credit. And it basically makes you a cash buyer contingent upon the house appraising at the purchase price and clear title work. It just makes it a much stronger offer.
I think, Alex, we both know that sometimes people are a little bit exaggerate on a couple things in life. I've learned how much money they make and what they bought or sold homes for. and we know that, so if you have a pre-approval and not a what would you call it? A
pre-qualification versus mortgage commitment.
Yeah, that means you're basing it on people, what they tell you they have, and not what you've actually confirmed that they have. And I know you know that's true. Sure. You tell me all the time.
Sam, what are you looking to spend on the house, sir?
Well, after running initial numbers, I'm guessing somewhere between 80 and 90.
Okay, cool, man. How much you want to put down on it?
Preferably no more than 10 grand.
Okay, yeah. So we can, Sam. I mean, if you have decent credit, we can do a 5% down conventional deal with no private mortgage insurance. It's a great program. It's a good way for you. A good way to go.
Yeah, those numbers will work out for you too, Sam.
Okay.
Sam, I'll clear after the show. Hook you up with Dubensky over here. Get you guys looking at some houses and get you guys all pre-approved.
All right, sounds good.
Thanks, man.
Thank you for the call. Again, 248-539-9797. Again, you got to have your ducks in a row. There's a lot to know. It's all about when you get to that point where you decide to purchase a house, find out what PITI means, association fees, utilities, gas, water, electric, trash removal. It's a bit more costly sometimes, but not always. Again, you got the tax advantage of home ownership, but there is routine maintenance on homes, pools, yards, fertilization of grass. There is a lot going on.
Hopefully Sam gets in the game right now, and because it's a great time to buy. The thing is, Sam, and everybody out there, when you're looking and you're in the process of buying a house, don't start changing your lifestyle. Don't go out and lease or buy that new car or start running up your consumer debt, your credit cards. Things can change. We have to verify every transaction from the time that you apply, okay, and even subsequently before you apply to the time that you close. So the less moving parts, and we talk about it all the time, the less moving parts that you have, all right, the easier it's going to be. So don't start running up credit cards and taking out new loans and anything like that during the process, or even if you're thinking about buying a new property.
Yeah, definitely prepare yourself for that up-and-coming purchase. Call the experts, 1-800-LOW-RATE Capital Mortgage. Definitely, you got to find out all about what you need to do to make it a smooth and easy transaction. Let's continue the calls this morning. We've got David out there in Rochester Hills. Hey, Dave, welcome to the show.
Hi, how are you?
Good morning, David.
Say you have a great relationship with a bank, personal and commercial, and they don't know that you owe them a lot of money, and they don't know you're going through a divorce, and to help with some of the debt, let's say you want to get a home equity loan. Is it better if they know about it or not? How will they react? when they hear that.
Well, you got to disclose if you're going to. You can't
do.
really play in the gray area. Is your divorce filed with the county yet?
What's the difference?
Well, the difference is if it's filed, but they're going to see
public record. They'll check in public record.
Did you guys have a big talk over dinner and say we're getting divorced, or did you file the divorce with the county yet? I don't want to be a part of.
Let's go next.
I don't want to be a part of some. Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to answer the question. They're going to say Alex Nafusi told me how to commit mortgage fraud.
No.
Hey, well, look, let's answer that. Even though he's not listening.
I'm sorry, bro.
Look, he wants to get a home equity loan. If him and his wife had discussed it, if there's lots of equity in the house, if they have a plan, if the plan is one of the parties is going to use the home equity loan to either pay off debt or make life easier for the other party or pay the equity position off in the house, yeah, you can go ahead and get a home equity loan. Again, the bank's going to make the phone call. You still have to have your spouse, significant other, sign some documents to say this is going down. Nothing funny can happen.
Yeah, you shouldn't be thinking about pulling the equity out of the house if your soon-to-be ex-spouse doesn't know about it. You can get, there are a lot of legal ramifications involved in that.
If you have to call your attorney to ask if it's okay,
right? Don't do it.
Probably not okay.
Well, also, because I'm kind of cynical, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think
you
maybe,
love attorneys.
Yeah, I do. But maybe that guy just, woke up today and said, I'm going to mess with the guy in the hardcore mortgage real estate business show and give him a call.
I'm hoping that's.
How about that?
All right, you've got to tune to the Hardcore Mortgage Show, again, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. We take all your calls here live in the studio, 248-539-9797. I'm Harvey Freed, Alex Nafusi, Harry Glanz, Dan Dubinsky with Skyward Realty in downtown Royal Lake. Always fun to have your phone calls come into the studio. And more importantly, if you want to become a homeowner, this is a great place to start. Find out what it takes. It's great. Yesterday here, you had a phone call out of the blue referred to me, and they're going to come in tomorrow at noon, and they've already got their documentation. It's bizarre to me that I've had some previous clients that will take months to get their documentation together, yet a young couple who's been renting and their lease is up at the end of July, they want to find out and explore home ownership. I'm looking forward to meeting them. I hope they're listening in this morning just to find out and start really moving towards that direction.
Well, it's a priority. You get your ducks in a row, bring in all your documents, and, they're going to have, just like we're going to have questions for them when you sit down with them tomorrow, Harvey, they're going to have questions for you. So I'll bet you they're prepared. They're going to bring everything in, and you're going to have a great meeting tomorrow.
Yeah, it's great. And again, always find out what's the expectations of the meeting. I told them specifically, when you leave here tomorrow, it's likely that you're going to have an approval letter, but more importantly, you're going to know how much money, what it takes to get a mortgage. And again, that's it. The knowledge that you have gives you that confidence to move forward. Sure. Let's try John out there in Richmond. Good morning, John. You're live on the ticket.
Hey, John, what's up, man?
John, can you hear us? All right, we're going to...
Oh, yeah, I thought you said Richmond.
Yeah, hi, John.
You're good. Garden City, John.
Yeah, there's John from Garden City.
I got
How
you.
are you guys doing this morning?
Good, man. Good morning.
I had a question. I just finished a divorce, so I know I won't be ready for a mortgage for like 4 or 5 years, but I actually want to buy a commercial property with an apartment above it to live in. I wonder what maybe some of the differences are in that than just buying a house or just buying a...
It's going to depend how it's zoned. Go ahead, Dan.
Well, I mean, as far as purchasing something like that, you're looking at income from the lower unit, and it's a good situation if you get it at a good price. As far as mortgaging goes on that, I know it's a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, definitely a commercial loan,
right. But yeah, we have people do that all the time, and more in duplexes or triplexes where the renters supplement their income, and they do really well.
John, the best thing for us is to go ahead and refer you to some commercial lenders in the area and find out all the details about it. But yeah, it's definitely something that you should look into. Again, it's all about qualifying. If you don't qualify for a residential mortgage because you're upside down, same thing will happen to you on the commercial end. And again, it takes a little bit more money to purchase commercial property. You need a little bit more money down. So hopefully you've been saving some money.
Well, no, like I said, I just finished a divorce. I know I won't be ready for 3-4 years at least. So,
yeah, commercial loans. Yeah, commercial loans are generally tougher to get than a residential loan. So,
okay, and you need a little more money down.
A little more money down, but
at least 25%.
More documentation. They're going to ask you, a lot more documentation, a lot of financial statements, things of that nature.
Okay, beautiful.
Thanks for the call, John. Hey, Alex, let's go to the John out there in Richmond. We got 2 Johns on the line. Thank you, sir, for holding. There you go, John out in Richmond. Welcome to the show.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey, what's up, man?
John in Richmond, what's happening today?
Not too much. It's a nice day.
Beautiful.
My question is, I own a house in Richmond here, and I'm looking to buy or try to buy some of the property next to me, and it's owned by a guy behind me, and the little piece of property that connects to my property is like 4 acres, and I mean, I don't have a for sale sign on it or nothing, but I think he might be interested in selling it. And where do I even start? Like the guy was saying, I just want to have my ducks in a row before I even.
John, hold on 1 second. John, I got to go to a break. I'm going to put you back on hold. I'll get right back to after the break. Hang on.
All right, we're just going to keep them right there again. You've got to tune to the Hardcore Mortgage Show. Keep it here. We'll be right back.
Your home is at the heart of the American dream. And now, the dream is back. In the past year, home values across Southeast Michigan have risen over 40%. And so has your home equity. At Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union, we're celebrating the rising equity you have in your home with the Dream is Back Home Equity event. Right now, you can get a home equity line of credit with a rate as low as prime. And for a limited time, even earn cash incentives up to $500. So now you can take that dream vacation, build that beautiful kitchen, fund that college tuition, whatever part of the American dream you've been dreaming of. The Dream is Back Home Equity event at Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union. Joining us is easy if you or a family member attended school in Southeast Michigan. Call 866-674-2848. Or you can apply online at msgcu.org/thedream. Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union. Federally insured by NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
If I could redo any room, it would be the master bathroom.
Oh, outdoor kitchen, absolutely.
Yeah, I want to walk in and feel like I'm in a spa.
Like I'm at a beach party.
Heated floor tiles, a gentle rain shower heads.
Loud sound system around the pool.
If you can imagine it, now's the time to create it.
It would be my retreat.
My retreat.
For a limited time, you can take advantage of a Comerica Bank Home Equity Flex Line with an introductory rate of just 2.99% APR for the first 9 months. A later variable rate is effective after the introductory time period. With rates this low, there's never been a better time to reimagine your home. To learn more about credit costs and terms, call Comerica Bank at 800-535-2760. Introductory APR of 2.99% is for home equity line of credit accounts only and applies to balances for the first 9 monthly statement cycles after the account open date. Variable rate in effect after the introductory time period. Loans are subject to credit approval. Comerica Bank, member FDIC, equal opportunity lender, equal housing lender.
Your paycheck. Your family depends on it. But if something happens to you, you need life insurance. And chances are SelectQuote can get it for you at a surprisingly low price. I'm Andy Dobbs, a SelectQuote term life insurance agent. I just found Alec, who's 38 and in great health, a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $19 a month. Phil, 41, smokes an occasional cigar. I got him a 10-year, $500,000 policy for under $23 a month. Our secret? We impartially shop select, highly rated life insurance companies for your best rates.
For a free quote, call 1-800-900-1665. That's 1-800-900-1665. 1-800-900-1665. Or go to SelectQuote.com. Since 1985, we shop, you save. Get full details on the example policies at SelectQuote.com/commercials. Your premium could vary depending on your health, issuing company, and other factors. Not available in all states.
The Husky Total Socket Wrench adjusts to 44 socket sizes. But how tough is it? Well, you could smash it with a sledgehammer, back over it with an M1 Abrams tank, douse it in rocket fuel, drop it into an industrial car shredder, or just use it day after day, year in, year out. Because it's built to last and guaranteed forever. The Husky Total Socket Wrench. One wrench, 44 socket sizes, just $12.97. And only at the Home Depot.
It seems the Boston Red Sox are in town this weekend to play ball with your Detroit Tigers. And 97 Won the Ticket is all around Comerica Park. We're bringing out the 97 Won the Ticket Street Team and the Ticket Chicks to help you throw a regular pregame party. Try your luck at the Michigan Lottery display outside Gate A before the game. For your tickets to any Tigers home game, call 866-66-TIGER or visit Tigers.com. Brought to you by the Michigan Lottery. All across the state, good things happen.
The hockey team that Detroiters love most. The Detroit Red Wings live here.
welcome back to the show. We got about another 15 minutes or so here on the Hardcore Mortgage Show. Again, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Call and find out about all the exclusive programs we have. Some of the great programs we have that I wanted to reiterate here on the show. Of course, 10% down. No escrow accounts. It's a great loan out there. There's a lot of families out there that currently have escrow waivers. They don't have the same loan to value that they used to have. You can still keep that escrow waiver and refinance your house. Find out all the details by calling us at Capital Mortgage, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Again, no escrows, no PMI. We've got some great programs. We'll tell you all about them. Let's continue the calls here this morning. We've got Adam out there in Marine City, currently renting and wanting to buy a house. Adam, sounds great. Go ahead. Tell us more.
Yeah, well, currently right now I'm renting a house from my in-laws, and they've given me the option to purchase it for as little as $10,000. And I've been trying to get financing to purchase this home, but every avenue I go, I get shot down.
You're not going to get financing. It's only $10,000.
What's that?
Yeah, they won't get it. Yeah, nobody's going to give you a mortgage for $10,000.
You got to go take a personal loan from the bank.
Well, I tried to get a personal loan from the bank, and they asked me for a cosigner, which I can't get. And
why do you need a cosigner?
Is there any other loans out there that I can get that maybe like a 203K,
203K
loan?
Why do you need a cosigner for
$10,000?
Wait, I got a better idea. Just tell the in-laws to give you the house, and you'll just pay them $500 a month. The thing will be paid off.
Done. Perfect.
Thank you.
Right.
What are we doing here? What do you guys?
Co-signer for the $10,000 because I've got student loan debt. So
no, I know, but why don't you buy it on a land contract?
Yeah, just work out a land contract with
buy it on a land contract and pay them a set monthly amount.
They're already giving you the house away for nothing, so just work out a little deal with them. Where you start
I would do that. I would buy it on a land contract, and you'll pay them X amount a month and come to an agreement. I think that's the better way to go for you.
Is there if I fall through with that process, do I have to have like a lawyer or somebody to write up the contract?
No,
or how's that
call me. We'll call you after the show. I'll show you how to do it. You set up really quick.
All right, great.
Cool. Thanks, Adam.
Thank you. All right. That's something, actually, we'll do for free and give you all sorts of great information. You guys can obtain land contracts online. You can obtain them at title companies around the area. We can sit you down. There's not a lot of cost involved. You want to record the land contract if they own the house free and clear. And more importantly, what's great about it is we want to prepare you because you mentioned student loans. And again, you might want to get a mortgage in the future. Maybe you want to pull some equity out of this in the future. We want to set you up so that down the road, you're able to do the right thing with this house. And again, if it's got tons of equity in it, you might be able to really consolidate your information down the road. Let's continue the calls here. Alex, you said, what is that?
Let's go to Ted. Good morning. You're live on the air.
Hey, Ted.
Hey, how you doing?
Morning, sir.
Ted, what's happening today?
I bought a house about a year ago, a little more than a year, and I'm thinking about selling and moving already. I was wondering what the tax implications would be for me.
You guys have capital gains on the proceeds?
No, he's going to buy another house, though.
Yeah. Right. He's going to take and reinvest in another house.
I'm going to buy another house.
There's no capital gains.
Then you shouldn't have one.
Just wondering, Ted, why'd you buy a house and then want to sell a year later?
Well, we love the house. It's just some not the neighborhood we thought, and don't want to, stay there with our family.
Yeah, fair enough. Ted, let me have Dan call you after the show and see what you can get for your house, and you guys can go from there.
Okay.
Cool. Thanks, man. See ya.
Every now and then you get a weird situation like that, and it just goes to show you that you really need to be knowledgeable when you're out there. Dan, of course, working with great real estate agents, and one of the things that I used to point out to buyers, and maybe I give too much information, I said, look, you made an offer, you're getting ready to make an offer in an area or on a particular house. Why don't you drive by it tonight at 11 o'clock after the lights go down?
Father-in-law always says.
Take a look.
You drive by it at different times of the day. Drive by it at 6 in the morning when the kids are going to school. Drive by it at noon. Drive by it in the evening. Drive by it on the weekends. You're going to get a good idea. Get out of your car and start walking up the street and talk to the neighbors.
Yeah, don't be a creep, but you can do it the right way.
Without a doubt. And we talk about...
Is that tough for you?
Thanks, Alex. You got it? Yeah, I got you.
Ari is almost a neighbor, so...
Right, but there's no doubt.
It's true. I had a friend come in, a friend and a client that came in, what was it? I sold him a place 3 years ago, and it's a situation where we had an appraisal work on our behalf because it came in low. Multiple offers. We said overbid. We know the appraisal is going to come in low. And that's exactly what happened. The other people were gone. We overbid. We knew it was going to come in low. And now the guy got the house a great deal. He wants to sell 3 years, and he has $100,000 in equity.
Awesome. A lot of strategy involved. And again, that knowledge that you gain by working with professionals, that's priceless. 248-539-9797. Here's one for you guys. Despite out there's a lot of different type of loans. I've gone VA veterans out there. You guys can purchase with zero down. It's really great to understand. There's actually going to be a free informational national VA financing webinar coming up on June 24th. Why? Because a lot of people don't understand how this all works. And again, this is for our veterans, folks. Again, it's easy for them to get mortgages, 0 down. They have the credit to qualify. They served our country. These are the types of guys I want living next door to me. Again, if you're a veteran out there, find out how easy it is to use that benefit and become a homeowner with 0 down. Also, many families out there take advantage of rural development loans in the outlying areas of even our listening audience out there in northern Macomb County, Livingston, Washtenaw, Jackson. If you're listening to our show, Genesee County, you folks out there, you want to buy a house? Most of those areas end up being rural development loans, and you can purchase them with 0 down. There are income limitations. Find out more by calling us here on the show, easy for me to say, or at Capital 1-800-569-7283. I'm going to go to Amir out there. Amir, you need a mortgage. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Livingston, Washtenaw, Jackson.
Okay, we're going to put you on hold. Hey, Amir, remember the old rules? Hey, if you want to be on the radio, turn down the radio.
Hey, Amir, Harvey likes to hear his voice on the radio anyway.
I do not, I promise you. Let's go to Brian out there. Hey, Brian, good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for taking my call.
Morning, Brian.
All right. Basically, we filed bankruptcy on our house 2 years ago, along with several other bills that we had, me and my wife, had together and when we got married. Well, we're looking at buying another house because this one, aside from being completely upside down and not where we want to be.
What do you mean where you want to be? Like location-wise?
Well, it's not necessarily the location. It's too small.
Okay.
And we're looking for something a little bit bigger in the same price range, but we've got to wait that 3 years to be able to get a new mortgage.
That sounds fair.
Okay.
What should we do for the next year? Should we stay in here and keep paying the good faith payments, or should we get out?
The house is in bankruptcy right now, and you're paying on it?
They included it in the bankruptcy. So again,
is it 7 or 13? Your bankruptcy.
It was 13.
I mean, so you put the house in the bankruptcy. You're paying on the house. You don't have to be paying on that house right now, dude. You know that, don't you?
Yeah. Okay. But what it is we set it up with the mortgage lender to be a good faith payment, so that way they don't kick us out.
I'm with you. Go ahead, Harvey.
I was going to say straight up on a Chapter 13, you've got to demonstrate, it's just not after 3 years, you've got to demonstrate that you're able to make payments in a timely fashion. That trustee will potentially allow you to move forward and get a new mortgage after the 3 years since your sheriff's deed and such. But again, it's key that you reestablish your credit now. New credit cards, not too many, don't get 10 of them. Reestablish credit, and also demonstrate that whatever's in that Chapter 13, that you've paid this on time for 2 or 3 years.
I think it's great that he's continuing to pay, and it shows a payment history and shows his willingness to cooperate and not just see you later.
You can't bail on that. You can't bail on that house. Stop making payment if it's part of the repayment program, and I think it is in this case.
Actually, no. We set it up so we did not reaffirm the debt.
Oh, okay. Okay, so then in that case,
so that's going to go to sheriff's sale. So your clock starts when that house goes to sheriff's sale. 3 years from that date.
Oh,
hasn't even started yet.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 7's get out of the house, whether it's an apartment or whatnot.
I'm not telling you to do that, but I mean you need to contact an attorney and probably short sale that house.
Okay.
So I mean I would call your lawyer and say, hey man, we got to talk about the way we structured this.
Well, we prefer not to go back to the same attorney that handled our bankruptcy.
Okay. Well,
good.
Google attorneys and pick another one. Thanks for calling, Brian.
I'm going to refer you someone.
We can set them
I've
up.
got some great people.
We've got some good real estate.
Look, just like anything, Dan, there's some bad agents out there, some real estate agents, some bad loan officers, I'm sure, a bad radio personnel. I'm sure there's a little bad everything out there. It's your job to not find those people.
But it's like in the phone book, in the plumbers, they do AAAAA plumbing.
Right. Could
be a great plumber.
What, Alex, you forgot we have attorneys on the show from time to time?
I forget. I know. I was being funny. It just seemed funny when I said it.
You know what, folks? That's it. Another version of the Hardcore Mortgage Show.
I couldn't have come quick enough.
All right, we got Pat Caputo on the On Deck Circle. I want to thank Dan Dubinsky for coming in from Skyward Realty, downtown Royal Oak on Washington. If you're down there, stop in his office. Find out if you want to be a homeowner, what it takes. Also call Capital Mortgage, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. For Harry Glanz, Alex Nafusi, I'm Harvey Fried. See you next Saturday.
Proceeding was a paid program. Views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.
97.1 The Ticket.
Hi, Harry Glanz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, and they're not going down to zero. So what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. If you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Capital Mortgage Funding is a proud division of United Shore Financial Services and MLS number 3038, Equal Housing Lender. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE.
Sir, this is a no-wake zone.
I know, officer, but my boat is, docked.
Then explain the tsunami-sized wave that just capsized the Bloomberger's dinghy.
El Nino?
Okay, wise guy. What do you got in there? Some kind of supercharger?
Just my new JL Marine audio system from Mickey Shore.
Mickey who?
Mickey Shore. They carry all the top brands, JL Marine Audio, Rockford Fosgate, Kenwood, and more. Now I can connect and access my digital music library directly from my iPhone.
Slow your roll, Finn Diesel. From the looks of these hot rod lights, you're obviously involved in some kind of illegal Tokyo drifting.
No.